right, here we go. Go Sports Radio. Carver and Cuthbert here with you at Borrelli's Taproom in Long Beach on the island. Final Wednesday of March.
Woohoo!
I think. Doing my math right? Yes, next Wednesday will be April 1st. How about that as we move along here? But here's the good news for you. Or bad news, depending on how you want to take it. It's still cold. So... doesn't matter, even though it's now officially spring. It's still cold, and that's going to change soon down in Long Beach. I can feel it. I just feel it's starting to happen. Maybe not physically feel it, but emotionally I can feel that eventually it's going to turn for us here. Super busy today. Lot to talk about. Sweet 16, St. John's is on their way. They will play Duke on Friday night. Some great matchups for us. I know, no upsets. Yeah, we get good games on Thursday and Friday. All right, there's your trade-off. Not having any upsets. It is opening day.
Yes.
In Major League Baseball.
Hit the ball.
Doesn't feel like it. At least not here. But that's why they're in San Francisco. The Giants and the Yankees this evening. Now, if you're going to Citi Field tomorrow, that's a whole nother story for Paul Skeens and the Pirates and the Mets. But we will discuss that too. Of course, lots to do. Preview the MLB season. St. John's, an absolutely awful loss for the Islanders last night. At home against the Blackhawks. What a gutless first period that was by them. So very busy. Mike Carver along with Paul Cuthbert. Hi, Paul. How you doing?
Good Wednesday afternoon to you, my friend. Welcome back. It's nice to be back here at Borrelli's. Our home away from home, Wednesdays and Thursdays, right here in Long Beach. Buddy.
Wednesdays and Thursdays here in Long Beach on the island. It's great to be back with us as we really starts to get going now. This is... when you're a sports fan or you talk sports, you do all this, things get broken up into like little segments throughout the year. Like there's a little block here. You want to get to this, and then I want to get to the next thing. When MLB opening day comes, Paulie, that's like another marker in the sand.
Yes.
As you try to get moving, because it also means that, you're in the last 16 of the NCAA tournament. It means the NHL and NBA playoffs are starting in a couple of weeks. So and the Masters is in 2 weeks. Like there's just, it's opening day is one of those little flag poles in the year of the sports calendar where you're like, all right, it's a big stretch coming up here. I always enjoy this time.
It's a sports timeline, man.
It is.
Look up and there's
it's kind of
something there for everybody.
It's a long haul from Super Bowl Sunday to today. It is a little bit of a long haul. This kind of move. Let's start here.
Going to India, buddy, I heard. NFL.
Did you, is that, you sent me that. Is that, are we serious? Was that a gag or was that true?
The reason I bring that up is you can't get through a sports week without the NFL being in the news.
They find a way one way or the other. But was that a gag or not? You sent me that? Was that real? Was he really there discussing them playing a game there?
I believe so. Whatever you see on X is real, right?
Yeah,
everything you see is real.
See on there is real. That's for sure. Real. Everything's for real. That's right. Look, let's start with the tournament, of course. St. John's, what a win against Kansas on Sunday. Had a big lead, blew it, came back, final play. Of course, getting that bucket, the confidence, Paulie, for Patino, and I know he talked about it ad nauseum after the game, to go to Darling after he missed like 1,000 shots and let him take that last shot, run a play for him out of the timeout. The only real true.
It's amazing what happens when you drive to the basket.
It is amazing.
Instead of playing this outside perimeter game.
Yeah.
All game long.
It's
I don't know, maybe draw a foul. Maybe make somebody work on that.
There's definitely some different styles that everybody goes to. But look, that was a great win. And it kind of makes you think about, man, I didn't realize it was this long, that it had been 27 years since the Johnnies have been to the Sweet 16. It's a very, very long time ago.
It's a lot of knit sweaters.
Took Patino 3 years, but he's got him to this point. Now, of course, the discussion will be, can they go even further than that? And we got time today and tomorrow to talk about this Duke game on Friday night. But incredible game against Kansas. Incredible run. I think I even saw this morning. I know Bill Self's thinking about retiring, so that might have been his last game as the Kansas head coach. He's been talking about that for months and years. So see if it becomes official. There's been a lot of coaching moves, big blue blood coaching moves, as Hubert Davis got chopped by North Carolina. The Kansas job may be open. You talk about two massive jobs being open potentially with Kansas and North Carolina. But Great win for the Johnnies. They were crazy here at Borrelli's on Sunday for it. Crazy, I heard. Crazy. And then they get themselves a victory.
It's a Johnny's bar down here, man. It's a Johnny's bar.
It is.
Watch party on Friday night. And if they win on Friday, a big watch party here on Sunday as well. But look, I will say this about the game. The early parts of the game, and I would say most parts of the game, it looked like two very talented teams who just didn't look very good.
Right.
If you can say the basketball wasn't that great. There were long stretches of time where there wasn't a basket.
You can get that sometimes in the NCAA tournament. You can get that.
But it was at a point where it was like, what are we watching here?
Yeah. And look, when you 67-65 game, that tells you right there. You know, there was some defense, there was some poor shooting, there was some
more poor shooting than good defense.
Yeah, you could say that as well. And that's not and listen, that's, you know, to be fair, that is the biggest difference between the NBA and the college game. You know, in the NBA, I don't care if you're the first guy or the last guy on pretty much any NBA roster. They make almost any shot. Like they make. That's why they're there. Whereas college, you still have a lot of, you know, not everybody is going to the NBA. You get games like this where there's a little bit of a street fight game and it's 67-65 and there's, say, some rough shooting and things like that. But I thought they did a great job, especially after they let them come back. And it looked like they had the game in hand pretty much the whole night. Yeah. Let them come back, but to able to finish and to go to the kid, Darling, like you said, the kid missed a billion shots during the game. It was 0 for 4 from 3. Just kept firing up. He's like, give me the rock. I'm ready to go. I thought it was awesome. That was really good.
Yeah, and probably something that Kansas wasn't expecting.
Right. Of all the guys, you know, you think of all the guys, you think Zuby gets it there or somebody
almost
like that.
kind of see the Kansas players like were in a bit of shock.
Right.
As he was running up.
It was a crazy shot, too. Right hand off the high glass. Yeah. Falling in. I mean, it was
beautiful.
It wasn't an easy shot that the kid took. But you, like you said, instead beautiful of just finish. You know, going up and shooting some jumper from the elbow or hacking up a 3, he took it to the rack. Which is
because you would have expected him to maybe go in, stop, step back, and then take the shot.
Right.
So I love that he drove and they went. And look, good for the Johnnies. Great stuff. Look, these are all kids that we're watching. It's elimination game. It's not like NBA or pro sports where you're going to get a 5, 6 game, 7 game series. This is it.
No, one and done.
And
ask Florida.
So look, it's taxing. It's a lot of back-to-back ball, or not a lot of rest in between games, and it's high. It's incredible tension, man, especially when you get down to those last 5 minutes of the game.
Yep.
And look, we got a gem. And as far as being Johnny's fans, New York fans, it was great for us to be on the winning end of it. But like I said, I think for the most part, it was very frustrating for me. I thought the basketball wasn't very good. Part of it, but I get it.
Yes,
I understand
that. You do get that. You get those games in college basketball if you watch enough throughout the year. For the most part, Paulie, more games are going to look like that St. John's, Kansas game. And, obviously that aside from the last second finish, more games are going to look like that in the meat and bones of the game than other games that you will watch.
Yeah, and as you advance, you get the better teams, and nobody's necessarily going to run over anybody else.
No, they're not. And I know tomorrow we'll do more, we'll do a real who you got for all these Sweet 16 games on Thursday and Friday, but St. John's a considerable dog here to Duke. We opened 7. It's at 6.5. A lot of people, very trend. Everybody's on the St. John's bandwagon now. And I'm not talking about here locally. I'm talking about nationally, gambling wise, etc. A lot of people back in the Johnnies in this game. And Duke had their trouble with Siena last week, got through it. Messed around with TCU for a half and then blew the doors off them in the last 15 minutes of that game. They're getting a little healthier now. Health was a concern for them the last 2 weeks. This is not going to be an easy task for them on Friday night. I think they can win the game. When you get to this point, especially when you don't have any mid-majors, you don't have any huge upsets, you can make a case really for anyone to beat anyone at this point. You really can. And you can do that with St. John's Friday night against Duke. But it is a tough challenge. Duke is number one for a reason. They are loaded with talent. So it is going to take – you mentioned how that game looked on Sunday. If St. John shoots like that on Friday night, they have no shot against Duke on Friday night. They are going to need to score better. Mm-hmm. And, yes, they also need to drag Duke, kind of like what TCU did for about 25 to 27 minutes. TCU had Duke in that bar fight type of game on Saturday night. St. John's has to find a way to make that the game for all 40 minutes, which is difficult to do with Duke because they're so good and so talented. Very tough.
Yeah, and look, I think one of the things that I've commented on is how Pitino has used his full bench pretty much.
Yeah, he got everybody in there.
Through everybody playing not only in the tournament, obviously in the Big East too as well. So, but yeah, I think you just nailed it. They've got to score. They've got to put up a lot of points.
Yeah,
you know,
there's you're not holding
the margin
Duke
for error.
You're not holding Duke to under 70. I can tell you that right now. You're going to need to score some points in this game on Friday night. So, a lot of shooting practice for Pitino at practice this week before they head down to DC. Putting a lot of shots up, getting themselves ready.
But if you're looking at St. John's progression here, this is a good point from the be at. This is
sure
if you're going to be the best, and obviously to get into the Elite Eight here and play Duke here at this point, if they get past Duke, then it's and you're going to have other teams dropping here too. Obviously, it gets a little now you start believing a little more than maybe you're believing right now.
Of course, and if you ever get past that game,
formidable opponent.
This is tough. This is what This is what you play for.
Yep.
This is what it's all about. And look, you could talk. We said this last week. Oh, the draw's bad, and they're going to have to play. You're going to have to play these teams at some point anyway.
Yeah.
Not everyone gets luck. Look, Florida got bumped down there in the South region. Everyone probably looks around right now and goes, "Oh, look, Houston's at home. They got the 3 Big Ten teams in Illinois, Iowa, and Nebraska. This should be easy street for them." It is not going to be easy street for Houston this weekend down in there, even though it's in their hometown. Mm-hmm. That is going to be tough for them. Michigan, Alabama is looking like the Alabama team that people thought they were preseason. They've kind of put away all the distractions, done everything. I mean, they whacked Texas Tech in that game on Sunday night. They destroyed them. Everyone's got to play a tough opponent here. There are no breaks when you get to the last 16. And I've seen a lot of people, Paulie, complaining that we don't have the Cinderellas and we don't have those things. I get it. This is the second year in a row you have no mid-major teams in the Sweet 16. None. You have the Power Four, and in basketball, really 5, because the Big East you put in there. Obviously, Big East isn't a football conference, but the Power 4 schools and then the Big East also in hoops. So they take up the entire Sweet 16. But one thing that does give you is it gives you really strong matchups in the round of 16 and beyond.
Yeah, so there's my question. Who are the people that want the upsets, the lower teams to get in there for the stories or whatever?
Upsets are fun the first 2 days. Thursday and Friday when there's a billion games going on and somebody gets bumped and like High Point beating Wisconsin. Nice job by the Badgers. And, that stuff that's a big Thursday, Friday thing. But when you get to this weekend, you want the best of the best. And you pretty much have that. The only thing you had bumped off really between Saturday and Sunday was obviously Florida losing to Iowa. But again, Iowa's not exactly, Butler from 15 years ago. Like, Iowa is a big money conference team in a big conference in the Big Ten. Texas was an 11, beat Gonzaga. Texas is a huge money conference team from the SEC. These are big schools that made the upsets on Saturday and Sunday. So even though they're here and their seeds are a little bit higher than everyone else, they still put just as much money into their basketball program as some of these other teams that are 1s and 2s that are still left. And they have the talent as well. I mean, Texas pays Sean Miller a boatload of money to be their head coach. They have good coaching and good talent. So in theory, it looks like 11 seed versus 3 seed, 11 seed versus 2 seed, etc. There's not that big of a drop off in terms of dollars and talent from Purdue to Texas, just as an example in that game.
Everybody, I mean,
Purdue's better, but there's not that. It's not like I said, like they're playing St. Peter's.
Yeah, those ranking numbers are deceiving.
It's not a lot different from that. And you get some really great matchups, which we're going to have over the next couple of nights. Other thing from the weekend, Big Ten, really incredible job by them. Now, they haven't won the tournament since 2000. No team in the Big Ten has won the tournament in 26 years. Michigan State in 2000 was the last time the Big Ten has won. Man, Paulie, do they have as good a chance as ever this year? Right. Because they're going to have at least Iowa or Nebraska in the last 8 because they're playing each other. Mm-hmm. You got Illinois playing Houston. So that's 3. You've got Purdue playing Texas. That's 4. You've got Michigan playing Alabama. That's 5. You've got Michigan State playing UConn. That's 6. 6 Big Ten teams out of the 16. If there's ever a year where they break this long streak and not having a national champion in basketball, this has to be the year that they do it.
And now look at this. You roll off those teams and everything you were just saying about people getting upset about the upset teams coming out. Look how this lines up for all the networks.
Right.
These huge programs with huge markets, huge fan bases.
Yeah.
And these ratings have already been really, really good.
Yeah.
The Sweet 16, the ratings are probably going to be just ridiculous. So how everything's lining up as far as, and this has been obviously a conversation. It was with Coach James.
It was Coach Young, yeah.
So this is it. This is the new world of sports. It's about putting the best teams in the biggest markets to get the biggest ratings for the networks and the money. So there you go.
We put these clips out after every show. Man, people weren't happy with Coach last week. He caused a stir with that, saying the money that the TV and the money had a lot to do with it, and all. There you go. He's a Big East guy, Coach, so he's going to defend the Big East any chance that he gets. But
look, so for everybody watching and listening, just so everybody knows, that discussion was 30 seconds.
Yeah.
There's so many people. It's like almost 80,000 people have.
I know. There's
jumped into that conversation.
It got a lot. So
it's a big topic with people across the country and the nation. So Coach might have got a couple of things there, but it was a great topic of discussion and everybody's into it. So
everybody's into it. I love this. I think that some of these matchups are outstanding here. And a couple of other things. I want to get everything out of the way from the weekend before I move on to these matchups. One, Todd Golden's lucky he won the national championship last year for Florida because he did a horrendous job at the end of that Iowa game on Sunday night. I couldn't believe, first of all, they're talking on the broadcast about how he's talked about this philosophy that he fouls even up to with that time left, puts the ball back in his worst he could be tied. He doesn't do it after trying to be a big shot, know it better than everyone else, and talk about how he likes to do that. He doesn't do it, lets the Iowa kid bang a 3 in the corner to give him a 1-point lead, and then gets in the huddle and calls just, I don't know what they were doing. The guy caught the ball so close to the basket. There was 4.5 seconds left, and he didn't even – when you have less than 5 seconds, Paulie, and you got to go the entire length of the court, you don't have time for some pass to a guy underneath the basket. You just don't have time for it. Whoever caught that ball needed to 2-3 dribbles and shoot wherever he was. So Florida completely mangled the last few minutes of that game. And you know what? They got caught. You talk about St. John's bad shootings, Kansas bad shooting that game. Florida last year won the national championship, and they were bailed out with some incredible shooting. Any kind of hole they got in, Clayton was such a sharp shooter. Everything they were able to get out of those holes. They didn't have that same shooting firepower this year, and that let them down in that Iowa game. Mm-hmm. It really did. And it's a fun upset to see. If you had Florida bracket, we had a ticket on to win the national title. Unfortunate, but that's why it's so hard to repeat and win back-to-back. And UConn doing it a couple years ago, it's a great accomplishment because to go 2 years in a row winning 6 games unblemished in today's day and age with how close the teams are with NIL and other things, it really showed what a great job Hurley did a few years ago. Florida tries to do it, couldn't even get out of the first weekend this year. Very, very difficult, Paulie. So I thought the Iowa-Florida game was the best finish out of all those. St. John's had a great finish, obviously, but I was intrigued by the Florida-Iowa finish in that game. Other thing, too, because this was the same point, and this is just me belly aching, and people hate this, too. They get on me about, I cry about the NFL schedule and where they play and all that. We need to find a way to not play 75% of the games on a Sunday night after 8 o'clock. I don't get that. I don't understand. Now, they've done this for the last few years. They'll put out their little press release and tell you that the ratings were so good, and they did that with the St. John's Kansas game. Yeah, that game's at 5. That's on CBS. That game should get a good rating. From noon to 5 on Sunday, why do we need one game on? Why? Why do we have games? That Arkansas-Texas Tech game, thank God it was unwatchable. It tipped at 10:35 on Sunday night in Tampa, Florida. Like, for God's sakes, what do we have to play the game that late for? On a Sunday?
Maybe arena commitments, escapades in the afternoon.
You got it. They got to do it better. Back in the day, before this new TV way that they've done it, which I love. I love that you're able to watch every game and not have to buy some package and some extra thing on. It used to be on pay-per-view. You have to buy the March Madness package to all the games. Since this Turner CBS deal, you get every game. They're on either TBS, TNT, Turner, True TV, all that. But there's no reason to play. I mean, there were 8 games on Sunday. 5 of them tipped after 6 o'clock East.
Somebody had to do some research. They're doing this for a reason.
Sunday afternoon, there's got to be ways to get more than one game on.
NASCAR's on in the afternoon.
So that's just
they don't want to compete with NASCAR.
Oh, I know. That's what it was. It was NASCAR.
Michael
But
Jordan's team winning.
That's more just me.
4th championship.
I'll just
race.
I like belly aching about stuff like this. So
I get it. I understand, but I have to believe they've done the research and there's something about it. I mean, again, I haven't seen the numbers specifically as far as what you're talking about after 6 o'clock or whatever, but the ratings have been phenomenal. But I'm sure there's a damn good reason why there were so many games on after 6 o'clock.
Saturday night, I get it. I don't have a problem with it.
Because I think the thing is that it's one thing for our market, but they're probably looking to have all these key games on specifically at the same time in those specific markets. So it's kind of everybody's getting the same taste because not everybody's watching. They don't want to dilute it, I guess, maybe.
I guess.
I
don't know.
I'm sure there's a reason. There's definitely a research department.
Some suit somewhere in television decided that whatever that this was the way to do it. Having Alabama and Texas Tech tip off at 10:35 on a Sunday night in Tampa doesn't seem ideal to me. Thank God the game sucked. I went to bed. So the game wasn't need to be watched after halftime.
There were a lot of people trapped in the airport. So maybe, they all got to watch the game, I guess.
That's a whole nother story. Guys, I'm getting ready to go to the airport.
Yeah,
a couple Fridays.
You might want to leave today.
I don't want to hear about it
today.
Especially since I'll be racing to that last flight out that night. So tomorrow we'll do more who you got. West region, Texas, Purdue, and Arkansas, Arizona. Those are the games on Thursday night there. I mentioned the Big Ten invades Houston in the South region, as Houston will deal with Illinois in the first game, and then the winner of Nebraska, Iowa, which nobody had that on their bingo card. In the Sweet
Nebraska,
16,
holy cow.
with rivals that they are. So that's going to be outstanding. So you have 3 rabid Big Ten fan bases who are going to all be in the same building going against Houston on Thursday and Saturday. So that should be very interesting. Friday night, we mentioned St. John's and Duke in D.C. and Michigan State, UConn, Izzo and Hurley. Incredible game there. Michigan, Alabama in Chicago, followed by Tennessee and Iowa State. Tennessee, very under the radar, and I don't consider them an upset. They were favored over Virginia in that game on Sunday, and they got the job done. That could be an interesting game late on Friday night, too. So we'll do the who you gots tomorrow. Eddie chimes in. How about the Big Ten? Have a shot at winning their first title in 26 years. We were just saying that, Eddie. I mean, they better win this year. When you got 6 of the 16 teams left. Yes, you're good, and you're guaranteed to have at least one of them in the 8 because you have 2 of them playing each other. I actually think they'll have 4 of the 8 going into Saturday. I think that Purdue is going to beat Texas. You have the winner of Iowa and Nebraska. That's 2. I was going to say, I'll give you a little breadcrumb now. I think Illinois can beat Houston on Thursday night. I think that they
I
can.
have my picks, but we're gonna save them.
Save the who you gots for tomorrow. But
I do have Purdue.
you see where I'm going. And Michigan I think can beat Alabama. So I think at least 4 of the final 8 spots could be Big Ten
I don't
teams.
think you're wrong,
and it might
Michael.
even be a little bit more than that. So a chance for the Big Ten to get things done here in the NCAA tournament. We'll do full who you got for all the games Thursday and Friday night tomorrow on Go Sports Radio. Carver and Cuthbert here at Borrelli's Taproom in Long Beach on the island, getting ready for this weekend. And it is a massive weekend at Borrelli's. There is so much going on. Paulie, you got to hit the music and tell me what it is.
It's always going on here at Borrelli's, and that's where we broadcast live every Wednesday and Thursday at 12 noon. Borrelli's Taproom, located on 912 West Beach Street, here in the great city of Long Beach, on Long Island, in the great state of New York. Tonight, MLB is back. So are my Yankees, and Michael's Yankees too, as they head into Frisco.
I am a
Come
Yankee.
on down and watch the game here tonight. 2-for-1 pizzas and dollar wings and tons of bucket specials on all your favorite drinks. That's tonight. Yankees and the Giants kick off the MLB season, and I'm very happy and very excited about that. Thursday, that's tomorrow. It's always Carnivore Night here. But before Carnivore Night tomorrow night, the Metsies, the Amazins, kick off their season at 1:15, and we'll be here for the start of that game here tomorrow. Open for lunch here. Don't forget the $12 lunch special, soup and sandwich. And, you come in here and mention the Carver and Cuthbert show. We'll be here. And then you get a free Miller draft to start the game. Again, 2-for-1 pizzas and dollar wings for the Mets game tomorrow afternoon here at Borrelli's. And Carnivore Night tomorrow night, every Thursday night, $42.99. Choice of veal, pork, or steak. Comes with a soup or salad and dessert. Bottomless beers and endless wine. $42.99. Best place in Long Beach to come down and eat on a Thursday night. Friday, St. John's Watch Party. To get down here, all the specials. And then DJ will be there'll be a DJ after the game. So always Friday nights are a blast. Come down. The watch party. Hold on. Somebody's going to be here for the
Marcus Hatton.
Thank you. I forgot to write that on my notes. Who's going to be here Friday night for the watch party, Mike?
Marcus Hatton.
There you go. All right. So St. John's Watch Party Friday night here, and then DJ after the game. Now, if the Johnnies win on Friday night, going to come back here on Sunday for the watch party on Sunday Fun Day, and I'll get to that in just a minute. Saturday night here, live music returns with the Evan Kariga Band. He's going to have the band here at 8 p.m. on Saturday, and then Lavish Live DJs will be here at 11 p.m. Both shows are not to be missed. Free admission here on Saturday night. Come on down and party here at Borrelli's. Now, on Sunday, again, if the Johnnies win, the game will be on here too, but the Eddie Burbis is going to be here 4 p.m. live music, and then DJ Frankie Sims at 7 p.m., and they'll work that all out in between the watch party and the Johnnies and all the live music. And just a couple other quick things. Pasta Night returns here on April 1st, and then Colin Quinn Comedy Series, obviously, is 4:15 is going to be here. There's a few tickets left for that one. And then Ian Fidance is going to be here on April 29th. And this next Tuesday, the 31st, it's sold out already. And that is the Are You Garbage podcast. They'll be here next Tuesday night. And then Monday on April 27th, already sold out, is David Tell. I mean, just the big names that are coming down here to Borrelli's. For all the comedy series tickets, go to Borrelli'sTaproom.com or go to Eventbrite.com and search Borrelli's Comedy. And lastly, returning is the music theme nights here at Borrelli's in April again. Wednesday, the Billy Joel night continues here on Wednesday, April 8th. And brand new Bruce Springsteen night here.
Is that right?
April 22nd. Come down for the best of the boss. Free admission, 7 p.m. for both the Billy Joel and the Bruce Springsteen show here for the music theme nights on Wednesday nights here at Borrelli's, in and around all the great comedy. And that's what's going on here at Borrelli's Taproom.
How about that? What a lineup.
So
here.
much going on. I got to extend the music.
And look, I know you need 2 beds. I mean, it's busy. It's super busy. Marcus Hatton in the house on Friday night for the St. John's game. And then we'll see. They might have to, Tommy, Mike, the crew might have to shift some of that music around on Sunday if St. John's wins. You might have to get it.
They always make it work.
They will make it work. Because
music will go on before the game, halftime. But
traditionally, that Sunday Elite 8 game, both of them are usually 2:30 and 5:15. Those are usually the two. And I would think if St. John's wins and they're going to play either Izzo or Hurley in that Patino versus one, that will be the second game. I would think. Just me pretending to think that I know television. Which I guess I don't, because I'm complaining about them playing games at 10:30 on Sunday night. But I would think St. John's would be the second game if they win in that. All right, Carver and Cuthbert, Go Sports Radio here at Borrelli's Taproom in Long Beach on the island for us. And don't worry, Eddie, I'm getting into it right now. The start of the Major League Baseball season. Paulie's excited. It's opening day.
Let's go.
Here. The true sign that spring is here. Man, they make it earlier and earlier now. I mean, it's March 25th. Opening day on March 25th.
Almost 7 to 8 months of baseball coming up.
I'm excited. I know that I've been a little, the Yankees.
And it's on tape,
but it's because it's so long, spring training, and it's so painful. It's just waiting to get through it. Like, I want to get to the real games. I want to get to the real thing. And we're finally here. Yankees and Giants, 8 o'clock tonight on Netflix.
I got it. Make sure you have Netflix.
Remember,
everybody.
we have Netflix tonight for Yankees Giants. Is this a one-off, or does Netflix have a regular game? Or they just have the opening night game? I have to look into that.
No, I think they have more.
You got to remember, Netflix, Peacock, Apple TV, I mean, there's just so many things. I'm going to find it right now.
I don't think
I know what you're talking about.
Somebody posted, if you're a Yankee fan, these are all the streaming services that you will need in addition to the Gotham Sports app here in New York, which carries MSG and the Yes Network.
Which, if you don't have a cable subscription, is an arm and a leg. You know that. It's not cheap.
Yes. So, but yeah, you basically have to have every major streaming platform if you want to watch every Yankee game this season on the telly. Is that one?
Don't forget that. Hold on. I'm getting it out now for it, because I did see the same tweet as you, and it is hilarious how much you would have to lay out to go through it all. That's last year.
Well, even the money, I mean, yeah, obviously is the big thing, but you can't. The days are gone where, obviously, as Yankee fans growing up, it was either on whatever sports cable network before that. Then they would have it on Channel 11, WPIX.
Right.
You always knew where the Yankees were going to be on. It was on two places, and that's it. And now, it's funny. Just thinking about it, how many times I had to turn to my son last year. I go, what are the Yankees on tonight? Are they on Amazon? Are they on Apple? Are they on Yes? And when they were on Yes, I'm like, yes. Because it is expensive. And the reason I pay for the Gotham Sports app, all of us here in New York, if you're Rangers, Islanders, and even up north, Sabres fans, Knicks and Nets, you have to have both of them. And
look,
and then if you're a Met fan, you have to have SNY.
You have to have SNY. You have to have SNY. Look, I will find I'll find it for you later.
That famous scene from Lethal Weapon when Joe Pesci was in it. And back then it was just funny where he said they always get you at the drive-in, right?
Right. Right. They always get you.
Now it's with streaming.
Either way, I can't start with this anyway. The Yankees open tonight. I don't care where you're watching the game. You'll find a way to watch it. Netflix, Apple TV,
on Netflix,
whatever.
That's it.
Got Netflix queued up for tonight, Tommy. We got Netflix for all the televisions for the Yankees and the Giants.
Poor Tommy's, he's a Phillies fan. He's got to pay this huge package.
But this is what I always say, and I yell about this about the NFL package. If I give the NFL $400, and I think it's $450, whatever it is, for the NFL Sunday ticket package, if I give them all that money, I don't care where they have the game, I should get it. I don't care. I have given you $400 or $500 for the entire season.
Not the rules.
I should have access to every single game on every single platform. And MLB is the same way. And now, didn't they move this to ESPN now? The MLB.TV is now over there.
A separate podcast to figure it out.
Whatever. Let's get to on the field because this stuff drives me nuts. Because it is opening day. Forget about all this bitching and moaning about where you got to watch and what do you got to pay. Forget all this crap. They're playing tonight. They're on the field. Your boy Judge, Giancarlo, Max Fried. The Yankees are back. and they open in San Francisco against the Giants. Logan Webb and the crew. Okay.
Just left.
We
were happy a minute ago.
I have been nonstop about this for the last few months with you.
You coming around?
40 plus shows. We kind of started right when the season ended, right? It was like November. Season had just ended. What are the Yankees going to do? They did nothing. They ran back the same exact team. We basically have everything. You got to have to wait a little bit for Cole and Rodon to get back in the rotation. They're going to open with Fried tonight. You'll see Schlittler over the weekend. You're going to see all of these guys, Will Warren, all your favorites over the next few days here for the Yankees. Now that it's actually here and it's time to go, I will say this to you. As much as I have complained and bitched and moaned about their offseason, at the end of the day, they will win their 93-plus games and make the playoffs. They will. Because the rest of the American League, I think outside the AL East, which we can have a discussion about in a moment, kind of big picture with everybody, I think that for the most part, outside the AL East, I think the AL is really weak this year. I think some of the teams that we have been used to causing problems, like the Astros, like Cleveland, I think they are very down this year, and I don't think they're going to be very good. Now, yes, Seattle's very good, and the Yankees are going to see Seattle fairly early here next week after the San Francisco series. They're going to play the Mariners, so an early test for them with
Cal
that.
Riley starting? Is he starting?
Probably is. I would think that Cal's going to be in there. But now that we are here and it's time, and you look at everything, and as much as we complain about them running it back,
I didn't complain. By the way,
I've complained. I always want the team to get better. They feel that this team was good enough last year, and they ran into bad luck or whatever it is that they like to kind of garbage they like to sell you at the end of the season. They all, Boone, Cashman, everybody, Hal, they all feel confident that this team was good enough, and they're going to have a healthy Cole and a full year Schlittler and all these other things. So they think that they're better. God bless them. And as far as the regular season goes, they are right. They will win their 93 games. They'll win between about 92 to 95. They'll win right in that area. Whether that's good enough to win the division or not, I'm not sure, but I know it's definitely good enough to make the playoffs. That much I do know. It's still at the end of the day is, what do they do in October? So I may at points in the next 6 months give you, who cares? This doesn't matter.
Come on.
I'm obviously excited to watch the games. I'm glad that baseball's back. There's going to be lulls where I'm like, this sucks. There's going to be times where I'm like, this is great. For this team, all that matters is October. Okay? Winning rounds in October, winning World Series. I don't like that a lot of people, it sounds like in the organization, have settled for things. There is no settling. I still come from, maybe it's just because of how old I am, the old George way of you either win the World Series or it was a bad year. And that's the way that I still operate, because I know the Yankees have the money to not operate that way. So enjoy the 92 to 95 wins like always. You got to prove it to me in October as always.
Yes, but as a franchise, particularly the Yankees franchise, and for the payroll and players, the regular season is actually incredibly important to an organization like the Yankees. And the Yankees
fills the coffers.
Yes.
That's what it does. And they're going to fill the coffers because people show up and they get the $20 Heinekens.
Right field every night at Yankee Stadium.
I know.
The right field bleachers are going to be packed, and most of the rest of the
But this is all status quo. This is all the same thing every year.
Well, look, like I said, if you want to try and be one of the other friends, you want to be a Pittsburgh Pirates fan, fine. If you want to, deal with all that stuff, the Yankees win. And yes, the Yankees fan base, and we are at a different level because yes, it is all about October. It is all about World Series. But even though we haven't won one in quite a while, we're still in the playoffs. We're making the playoffs. We're having winning seasons, and we have it's the Yankees. It wouldn't be less. There is the fun part to look forward to. It's going to be the second guessing of Booney. Now, this is probably going to be Booney's last year, right?
Oh no,
nah,
no way.
Come on,
lifetime job.
No lifetime job.
Lifetime job.
Now you're getting
as long as Cashman's the general manager, Boone will be the manager.
Well, it might be his last year too. You never know.
Now, remember too, they have, Cashman has made it very clear in this offseason that They have tried to break down the narrative that Boone does nothing. They have spent a lot of time and effort. They didn't spend any effort acquiring new players. They spent a lot of effort trying to rip down the narrative that Boone is a puppet. Cashman really controls everything. Boone does nothing except stand there and talk to the media. They have done everything they can to rip that facade down.
It's an admirable job, actually, having to talk to the media every day.
Well, he's good at it, and that's why he has the job.
Yes.
He's very good talking to the media, and he's that's one of the things that got him the job.
Still right in front of us.
It's all bang the table. It's right there in front of us.
Right
he loves one of his favorite lines. It's all
I
right
hope
there
Boone
in front of us.
finally wins
And
it
he'll
this
have
year.
that when they lose their 15 out of 20 in the middle of July. Boone will do the same thing every year with his hand on the table. It's all right there in front of us. He'll get it again.
We'll make the big trades this year.
And you know what?
And get us
Maybe
over
they
the
will.
hump.
And to give him credit, last year at the deadline, really fortified the bullpen, getting Doval, getting Bednar, getting all, they made moves. Man at third. As much as a guy can't hit, he can't hit a beach ball. He's a very good glove at third base. And I do think he'll be more comfortable, and you give him a full year hitting down the right field line at Yankee Stadium.
They talked about it, changed the stance a little bit.
Listen, McMahon is not a complete stiff. And for me to say something nice about somebody on the Yankees, obviously that's so. I like Ryan McMahon. I liked when they traded for him. I think he'll be more comfortable this year, and he will take advantage of the short porch in right field this year.
He might is that Volpe's not at short.
He might hit 205.
The shortstop position this year.
He stinks. McMahon might hit 205, but I think he'll hit 25 homers. Everyone on the Yankees seemingly does, right? Playing in that ballpark. Fine, whatever. Now, your point, Volpe. They should put this guy in the freezer for all year.
He is in the freezer.
He shouldn't come near the field. And I'm going to tell you right now, if this Caballero comes out and he plays well, doesn't make errors, and he's not going to hit at the top of the lineup. I would think that we'll obviously find out tonight what Boone's not Cashman. Boone's plans are for him. We'll find out, but let's say it's in the 9-hole or something like that, as like that kind of quasi-second leadoff man down there. If he's causing trouble on the base paths, getting on base, and he's playing good defense, I'm sorry. You can't just hand Volpe the job back whenever he's healthy in a couple months. You can't do that. So this Caballero's got a big opportunity here at the start of the season to steal this job, in my opinion. He's got that opportunity.
I think he's going to, let's all hope that he makes that decision very difficult. But, I mean, if you listen to how Cashman and Boone talked about him, that's their shortstop future. He's going to get a chance to come back. We'll see what happens, man. We got a long way to go.
They think that Volpe could be back in May.
Really?
So he's got a month, this Caballero.
Well, let's put it this way. I would like to think that this season will be different, where it's not a guarantee that he's going to leave Volpe in for 30, 40 games straight, no matter what his batting average is. You know what I'm saying? I would hope that that's going to change this year. That guy like Caballero is going to, and that kid Caballero has got a great competitive mindset, and I think he's a great asset for the Yankees. I think he's a really good infielder. I think he's a good, solid,
very good on the bases.
He can put the ball out of the infield. That's what you want. Get him on bases ahead of the top of the lineup.
Yeah,
and he can steal bases and cause trouble. And he's fiery. He's got a lot of passion.
He's everything that Anthony Volpe isn't. Okay, all the things that Volpe sucks at, Caballero's good at. He should play. I don't want to see this dope Volpe when he comes back. I really don't. But they will. They'll wedge him in there. This is our guy. We're blah, 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 blah. The Yankees are, whether you like it or not, favorites to win the American League this year. They're plus 450 favorites.
They should be. The New
with
York
Seattle
Yankees.
Right behind them at plus 500.
We don't play second fiddle with Canadian teams.
The Blue Jays are the third choice on the
Birds on
betting
their
board at
hats.
7-1. I think the Blue Jays, I know they lost Bichette. I do think that they're, if not as good, maybe a little bit better than last year's team.
I disagree.
I like some moves that they've made in the rotation. They bring Cease over. They have Cease now in the rotation. They have some. They're going to be tough.
I think they had a special year last year.
One and done?
Yeah.
Fool's gold?
Yes.
From a couple of outs away from winning the World Series to missing the playoffs?
Well, that's a big part of it, too. They could not get it done, and they had every opportunity
IKF leave a second earlier, run into home. I mean, what?
And what was the young kid who
Pitcher?
Yeah.
Savage.
Yes.
He's going to miss the first couple weeks.
But the Dodgers were able to eventually get around to him.
Look, yeah, that's very true too. He's going to be very good. Okay, Savage good.
He's already good.
He's
but it's like anything else, man.
He's a rookie technically.
Once you get a chance to scout these guys and find their weaknesses, they can be beat.
They can be beat. I think the Red Sox are improved too in the AL East.
I always love it when the Red Sox are good because it forces the Yankees to have to play better. That's one of the greatest rivalries.
I can't wait.
Love it
for the first Sonny Gray start at Yankee Stadium.
Love it. Yes,
against
that's
the
what you
Yankees.
want. We want the Bo Sox to be good, but pain in the ass.
They added a couple people. Ranger Suarez from the Phillies. He's on the Red Sox now. He signed there. He's a tough lefty.
Couple of
Yankees of the face. So the Red Sox, they lost Bregman, who went to the Cubs. Yes. But they've got so much young talent that they've infused. This Roman Anthony's going to be a problem.
It's better than the Yankees-Red Sox series.
I agree. Well, maybe we'll see if the Blue Jays get in the way of that and get further down the road.
I'll have more fun. I like the Orioles young team.
Well, I was going to bring that up next. I'll go through the AL East fast here.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Orioles, 2 years ago, it looked like they were on a rocket ship to taking over the division for a long time. They took a big step back last year. Tons of injuries, including Gunnar Henderson, who just never got going with an early season injury. They fired Hyde. They did all the – I feel like those guys who were part of this team the last 2 years, the Gunnar Hendersons and the Cowsers, and they're going to come back with a little vengeance. And then you add in pieces like Pete Alonso, who in Camden Yards is just going to – I mean, look, I like betting home runs. I'm going to play a little alt for the season. Alonso to hit 40 plus, maybe even 50 plus, have a little fun with it.
Yeah.
I think Alonso is going to go bonkers playing in that place. And I know this guy doesn't hit for great average, but he's another guy with pop. Taylor Ward, they got from the Angels. He had 36, 37 home runs last year in Anaheim. You put him in Camden Yards too. They've got some thunder in that lineup. And now I don't think their pitching's that great, which could be a problem for them. But they are going to be able to play softball games with you. And that doesn't win in October necessarily, but it wins games in the regular season, especially against these teams that have no pitching. It wins games.
And it just makes it more fun. I just think, like I said, I mean, I have nothing wrong with the Orioles being competitive. I think that's, like I said, they added a little personality to their team. They also added a big, giant scoreboard out in right field.
Sure, did they? I didn't see that yet.
It's almost as disgusting as the one the Mets put up out in left center.
Wow. Did not know that.
So, but yeah, I mean, look, all kidding aside with the Blue Jays, they're going to have a good team. It's a good rivalry now. Obviously with both Sox, obviously with the O's. So, I mean, you got to love being in the East. You got to love being a Yankee fan. And you want your division opponents. Look, the AL East has always been revered as the toughest division in baseball.
Right.
The Dodgers kind of do a cakewalk every year, even though sometimes, San Diego and San Francisco might give them a little bit of a – but they haven't shown that they can beat them here. And it looks like the Dodgers are pretty much set up for another return here next year. But as far as, and then you go down the Central as far as the other divisions.
Well, look, Detroit's going to be very good in the AL. We know that. Skubal's outstanding. They add Framber Valdez from the Astros. He's there now. The Tigers are good. I think the Royals are going to be good in the Central. I think the Royals are going to be a good team, maybe a playoff team for the Royals. The Royals still have, and listen, I don't have every.
No, we couldn't. It's too early yet.
Ned Yost is managing them, I believe. So Ned Yost still the manager for them. So for it. No, that was back. He managed them back in the day. Jesus. Paulie throwing me the
I'm sorry, I apologize
right now. Matt Quattro, the guy from the White Sox a few years ago.
Okay.
Quattro is the manager.
By game 36, 37, we'll have every manager. We'll have it all set by now.
I have to shake the cobwebs on a few guys heading into the season.
But I tell you this
that's
much,
for sure.
I am very happy that we'll be able to talk about baseball every week now.
We're back in on it. That's for sure. I think the A's are going to be good this year. They're another team.
There's a
They
couple
got
of young studs.
They
on
got
that
they
team,
got
yeah.
another. That's another team that's got like a
Couple
little bit of
kids played the All-Star game.
a
last
little
year.
softball lineup in them. This Nick Kurtz hit 36 homers
New
last
stadium
year.
being built for them in Vegas.
Right, but the key is that ballpark in Sacramento, ball flies out of that place. So they just need to get a little bit better, and they've tried, improve their pitching a little bit. They can score with anybody, the A's. So we'll see if they can take a little bit of the next jump here. The Mets will start tomorrow, Paul. Well, actually, let me do everything, and then I'll do who you got for the Yankees tonight at the end of the baseball.
Sure, man.
Mets start tomorrow. We'll be here. Mets are at Citi Field. Borrelli's, of course, we just mentioned before. We'll have the game on, which will have Freddie Peralta making his debut for the Mets and Paul Skeens going for the Pirates. Not an easy opening day assignment when you have to face perhaps the best pitcher in baseball. Although I guess Ohtani is probably the best pitcher and hitter in baseball now. But Skeens against the Mets at Citi Field tomorrow, Paulie, before we get started.
Yeah, I mean, look, obviously we're not big Mets fans here, but they are a big part of New York.
Yeah, root for them.
We will. I want to get that out straight out here.
Wow,
I do not
get right in there,
but
huh?
I will try and have a somewhat unbiased approach to this New York Mets teams, the Amazons, as they're known as. I do believe Kiner's Corner's coming back. I think maybe that's exciting.
Maybe
it's for the Mets this year. It's Howie Rose's last year.
Yes.
Commenting on it'll be interesting to see how Bichette plays. It'll be interesting to see how this pitching does.
Look,
because that's the biggest thing. Will Soto be more of a team piece of the puzzle, or is he going to go out and just hit 40, 50 home runs and then not get guys scored when they're on base? There's so many things to do here with the Mets.
Look, for me, honestly,
how will he do as a manager this year again?
I think for them, it's the same question I had at the beginning of last year. And listen, you're right about these things. Sometimes you're wrong. I was right last year. They didn't have enough pitching. The pitching got hurt, and they weren't able to overcome that. They didn't get another great year out of Minaya. They didn't get it. They didn't get the things that they got in the NLCS run the year before. Senga never pitches. It's just that, they have so many injuries that go along with it. So they make a couple moves, and the Mets, they tried to turn things upside down this year. They sent out guys that were long-standing guys. Nimmo gone, McNeil gone. They sent
two
out
guys you really got to watch is Lindor and Soto. How are they going to work together this year?
Correct. But for me, it's still the rotation.
I am a Lindor fan, by the way.
Because I believe, as always, they will score runs. Any lineup that has Lindor, has Soto, that has Bichette, and I know Alonso's not there anymore, they are going to score runs this year. Okay?
We'll see.
But
don't get too excited.
You take Freddie Peralta, who was very good in Milwaukee. Milwaukee's made the playoffs a lot. Go look at those Freddie Peralta starts in the playoffs the last couple of years. He's not Tariq Skubal. Nobody is. I understand that. But I'd be careful with Freddie Peralta, taking a guy and putting him in a big market who's never pitched in a big market before. But listen, he's a very good pitcher. McClain, is he going to be great? He looks like he is, but do you know that over an entire 162 games yet? You don't know that. Clay Holmes, is he going to be able to pitch like this again, second year as a starter? Well, you get the same thing you got out of him last year because he was very good. Peterson, he gets in the rotation ahead of Minaya. Minaya will start in the bullpen. Peterson's good out of the bullpen. Maybe is that a move that's going to work out for them? Senga, will he actually pitch more than 5 games? So
just to know.
I think that there's better questions. I think the pitching staff is a little better going into this year than last year, but there's still questions there.
Don't forget, the Milwaukee baseball stadium is a retractable roof. So Peralta's coming out to the cold East Coast, buddy. All right. Hope he's stretching that arm and
don't worry about that.
His Under Armour on and all that other stuff.
Don't worry
about it. It's not going to be the cozy
stuff.
Confines of the retractable.
Don't worry about
temperature
that.
control.
He will be
stadium out in Milwaukee.
He's gonna be good for the Mets. I'm just saying, playoff time. He's had some. That's tough.
If the Mets make the playoffs.
They can. They can. If these 5 guys that I just mentioned, stay healthy, and that you could say that about almost anyone's pitching staff. I think the offense will be there. Will they be there with the pitching staff? That is, for me, the biggest question for the Mets this year, and we'll see if they can get through that.
Look, the Mets put up a lot of runs last year and stuff. Again, it was the pitching. Look, they're working through this. Obviously, last year a lot of guys that they were throwing into the rotation were kind of new to it. Colin Stearns, the whole thing as far as getting help at the trade deadline, and everything else. And they tried to bat their way through it, and it didn't turn out for them in the end, obviously. And then now they've got a couple of guys there, got some experience last year that'll be in the rotation. We'll see what happens. And I know the additions and everything. I guess my question is to you right now: how can you say this is a better team than it was last year, as far as the lineup's concerned? And let's put the pitching aside for a second.
I think it could be.
Now match that up.
I actually think that. Simeon had a down year last year for the Rangers. I think they're going to runs. I really do believe that it's about the pitching for them. Carver and Cuthbert, Go Sports Radio. Eddie and Columbus going to the Reds game tomorrow, Paulie. They're opening against the Red Sox. We're rooting for the Reds. I hope the Reds win, Eddie. If you're going there, I would like to see the Red Sox lose opening day.
The Reds have a soft spot in my heart, obviously being an older guy here and the Big Red Machine. And love the Red Sea, love the uniforms. And what's his face is managing them now?
Tito. Francona's the Red manager.
Yeah.
Love so. I would and whenever anyone's playing the Red Sox, I will root for them. That's not going to be a problem whatsoever.
So look, real quick, back to the Mets here.
Yes.
Atlanta. Good team.
I don't think so anymore.
Okay.
I think the Braves are on the down.
Miami.
I actually like the Marlins if we want to talk betting here for a minute. I'm betting the Marlins over 73.5 wins this year. I think the Marlins are going to be a good team.
Nats
are the worst team in baseball.
And then you got the Phillies.
But again, these are opportunities here. And I think the Braves are started to see
nothing's really changed in this division. Nothing has really moved.
I still think the Phillies are the best team in the division.
Yeah.
With the Mets being the
second
second
a little
best
older
team.
now.
Phillies are the best team in the NL.
But
now,
they've got that huge monkey on their back. They can't get.
This is like the fourth or fifth year in a row that I have the preseason Phillies to win the World Series ticket. And maybe this year I could finally cash it as long as it's not the Yankees that they're playing. Tommy's giving. I hope so, Tommy. They've gotten me the last few years. I put a lot in on the Phillies, hoping that they can get it done. Maybe this is the year, and they really do need to make, because that kind of group that they've had now for the past few years, you could tell Bryce is getting. I still think Bryce has a little left in the tank, but you could tell he's getting a little older. They re-signed Schwarber, but he's getting a little older. I'll tell you who I think is going to have a monster year for the Phillies. Under the radar signing, great signing. Adolis Garcia, who was on the Texas Rangers when they won the World Series a few years ago. This guy can hit bombs.
Yes, he can.
He is going to be just under the radar in the middle of that Philly lineup after these guys.
I mean, if
he's going to hit, I think, 40 bombs for Adolis Garcia for the Phillies this year.
Look, this has been a Yankee thing. You'll go to the U.S. team as far as the World Baseball Classic. Having guys that kind of, in the middle of your lineup there that can only hit bombs. You're also going to probably get a lot of strikeouts here during the year.
Oh, sure. So, Adolis Garcia is going to strike out a billion times. But I'm just saying he kind of had some pressure on him in Texas as kind of being the guy. They won the World Series. He's a World Series MVP. And he had a really bad year last year. The Phillies got him on the cheap. He's going to hit like fifth or sixth in that lineup, and he's going to clean up. He's going to clean out. I'm telling you, huge year for Adolis Garcia. Love him this year.
Hey, if Harper and Schwarber can stay healthy, and Garcia too, like I said.
There'll be a lot of taters. Yes, Eddie. I'll be betting a lot of Adolis Garcia taters this year at the bank.
My man is the Philly fanatic, man. He's my favorite. So, like I said, I like the Reds. Right. I got a soft spot for the Phillies too, man.
I'm going to give you we'll give you who you got when we come back. We'll take a quick break. Carver and Cuthbert, Go Sports Radio. From Borrelli's Taproom in Long Beach on the island. Come back. Yankees, Giants, who you got for tonight? Gutless loss by the Islanders last night.
Oh, yeah.
At home to the Blackhawks. And several other things as we get ready for the start of the baseball season tonight. We are back. Go Sports Radio.
And welcome back. Carver and Cuthbert, Go Sports Radio, live here from Borrelli's Taproom, 912 West Beach Street here in Long Beach, in New York, baby. Where it all happens, right here. So look, just to let everybody know what's going on. Tonight, Yankees and the Giants kick off the MLB season. And you come down here for 2-for-1 pizzas and dollar wings and all kinds of bucket specials for all your favorite beers and drinks, only here at Borrelli. So that's tonight, Yankees getting things going here. Looking for that next championship. I think it's going to happen. Rooney's going to bring it. He's going to get it done. Thursday, tomorrow night. Actually, starts here early tomorrow. We'll be back here for the show, obviously. And then the Mets get their season underway against the Pirates here. 1:15. 2-for-1 pizzas again tomorrow. Dollar wings, as well as all your favorite beer and bucket specials here at Borrelli's for the Mets opener tomorrow. And then Thursday night is carnivore night here every Thursday night. It's $42.99. Get a choice of pork, veal, or steak with the choice of soup or salad and a dessert, bottomless beers, and endless wine. So $42.99. You can just come here and just really just fill yourself up with food and drink for less than $50. It's pretty good stuff. Friday night, got St. Johnny's watch party. We're here, okay? St. John's Duke will be here with the sound on, all kinds of great bucket specials as well, too. And then after the game, we'll have a DJ here keeping everybody going, hopefully with the Johnny's win. On Saturday, live music returns here with the Evan Kruger Band. Evan usually plays here solo, but he's bringing the band here on Saturday night, 8 o'clock. And then the great DJ tandem of Lavish Life will be here. Lavish Life will be here at 11 p.m. So a great Saturday night. Again, free admission, no charge coming down here on Saturday night. Sunday will be live music, Fun Day Sunday. And if the Johnnies win, and when the Johnnies win on Friday night, there will be a watch party here on Sunday. And Mike, who's going to be here for the watch party on Friday again?
Marcus Hatton.
There you go. Don't forget that. And then Sunday Funny, we'll have Fun Day. We'll have Eddie Burbis at 4 p.m. live music, and then DJ Frankie Sims at 7 o'clock on Sunday night. A couple of other notable nights coming up here. Pasta Night on April 1st. Come on down, check that out. Colin Quinn, comedian. There's a few tickets left on April 15th, and then there's some tickets left also for Ian Fidance on 4/29. David Tell is already sold out on 4/27, and next Tuesday, March 31st, the Are You Garbage podcast comedy series is also sold out here at Borrelli's. And then returning music theme nights here on 4/8 is the Billy Joel theme night, songs from Italian restaurant, half price bottles of wine, and $21 pasta special. And then the debut of the Springsteen Bruce Juice night here on April 22nd, and there'll be more
Bruce Juice
information coming up. Make sure you follow Borrelli. There's tons of information on Borrelli's Instagram.
Yes.
At Borrelli's Long Beach. And then on Facebook, Borrelli's Taproom. And then I think X is Borrelli's LBNY.
Borrelli's LBNY.
It's all out there. And then for me and Mike, all right, Go Sports Radio, at Go Sports Radio, for all the links, all the streaming stuff. And we really appreciate the support here. This is show 41 for us.
You get a Miller Lite.
Yes.
If you say
that's the main thing. You come in here on any day, anytime. You walk in here, mention the Carver and Cuthbert podcast, you got a free Miller Lite draft. Boom, there it is. All right, Mike, that's what's going on here at Borrelli's, and we'll have more stuff tomorrow to let everybody know.
Good. That's very good. Like you mentioned, Yankees Giants tonight. It's time for the first time in this Major League Baseball season. We got here for the Yankees and the Giants. It is Logan Webb and Max Fried tonight out at Oracle just after 8 o'clock East on Netflix, Paulie. Listen, it's one of 162. So everyone likes to don't get too high, too low off of one game. It's just one game tonight. That's all that it really is.
Look, it's a great ballpark. Two great teams going at it. I mean, it's funny, with all the Dodger talk here the last couple of years and their success and everything, what the Giants as an organization did over the last 10 years was pretty impressive too. So it's a great matchup. It's great for, obviously Judge going back into his hometown. And on the big bright lights of Netflix. You got to have Netflix. Forget about who you got. You got to have Netflix to watch the game tonight. So there you go. But it's back. Baseball's back. We got 6-7 months of this to roll into and talk about. It rolls into, obviously, for all of us up here in the Northeast and Long Island, the great weather's going to be coming back. So I can't wait. I can't wait to go to games. I can't wait to watch all the highlights and see how the season unfolds.
I hate doing it's hard. It's not like the NFL where it's one game or college basketball, NC tournament where it's one game, doing the who you got. I like looking at baseball from like a series aspect.
Yeah.
So I'm more like, can the Yankees take 2 out of 3 in San Francisco here? And it's a very weird series scheduling wise because they are playing Wednesday night, off on Thursday, Friday night, Saturday night, off on Sunday. So very bizarre. Usually everyone plays on Sundays. Sundays and Tuesdays are the two days of the week where Friday, Saturday as well. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday are usually the 4 days a week. Everyone plays usually those days. And you're not going to get the Yankees on Sunday because they're having this Wednesday start. I think they could take 2 out of 3 in San Francisco to start the year up here against the Giants. Giants are a decent team. Yankees usually get off to a fast start, even when they go on the West Coast. But what is it that I like to play, Paulie? It's homers. And I saw Eddie asking for it. It isn't. It's one of the tougher ones to hit home runs in Oracle. Yes, it is.
Come on.
It's one of the tougher, and Logan Webb is outstanding at home. But, and I usually don't play the favorite on the board or the chalk on the board, but I am tonight, Paulie. Aaron Judge, plus 255 tonight to hit a home run. 3 for 7 with 2 homers off of Logan Webb in his career. And the last time the Yankees were in San Francisco was 2024, 2 years ago. 3-game series, Judge went 6 for 10 with 3 homers. He is from Northern California. He grew up there as a kid. Remember, he almost signed with the Giants. He's a free agent a couple of years ago before Hal was able to pull him back in. He loves this ballpark. I know Webb is tough at home, but he has seen Webb well in the past. Coming off of this, whatever you want to call it, in the World Baseball Classic, in the
call it what it is.
It's
the World Baseball Classic. It's nothing else.
I think we get a Judge bomb tonight in San Francisco on opening night. I'm playing Judge plus 255.
Yeah, I think it's a good way to go. Regardless of the World Baseball Classic or not, I mean, Judge is pretty much an even keel kind of guy. He's going to get in there, and he's just, he'll be looking for crushing the ball here, but I don't think it's going to change him any other way. Maybe thinking, he's going to be looking to crush as many homers as he can to make everybody forget about the WC.
I don't even think it's that.
No, I know. I agree with you.
Yeah,
I think you're going to get Aaron Judge. You're going to get the same kind of Aaron Judge pretty much every year. He's going to be productive. I think he's going to have another great year this year. And I think he's definitely good for 1, maybe 2 tonight.
Well, 1's enough for me. Plus 255 for 1. That is good enough on my end. So I'm going to be playing Judge tonight to homer. And if I had to play one on the Giants side tonight, believe it or not, Elliot Ramos of the Giants, he destroys left-handed pitching. And Fried, of course, is on the mound for the Yankees tonight. I'm seeing him around plus 700, plus 800 at a few books. So I might, yes, Paulie, I will bet against the Yankees. I will bet guys to hit homers against the Yankees.
It's not the playoffs.
So no, it's all right. But this is my time of year. I love long balls. So that is where I will be looking for us tonight. There you go. Who you got? Yankees, Giants, opening night on Netflix. Did you ever find the thing with how much money you had to pay to watch every Yankee game this year?
No, I'll look to have that tomorrow. I was just kind of looking through the the lineups here. The MLB app is you can't enlarge the lineups there.
Well, you're not allowed to don't do anything. The MLB app does not want you to do anything that it's their way or the highway, Paulie.
Yeah, I know.
You get to the MLB app. How about you give me this? Who you got? Preseason, opening day, World Series. Let's go. You can play the tape back in October and see if you were right. World Series right now. You're going to go easy and pick the Dodgers, or are you going to go somewhere else?
Yankees. Yankees will win the World Series this year. I'm just trying to think who they'll. I just don't think the Dodgers get back this year. I know I think 3 times is very hard, as you can see the Panthers in the NHL.
But they add new pieces every year. Diaz, Tucker, full year of Ohtani pitching. They're unstoppable. Beating the Dodgers this year. You got to be kidding me.
Yeah. I just don't want them there, I guess. But I have so much respect for them. All right.
Phillies took the Dodgers to 5 last year, right, Tommy? Did they take the Dodgers to 5, the Phillies in the division series? I think. That's right. That was the play.
Well, that's
the
right.
Thing. That was the
Look
play.
at how the Dodgers have won these last couple of years on just really bad moves by the team that they're playing. The Yankees' 5th inning. In that game, I mean, it's like they were given. Well, they were given quite a few.
That play
of these
against
games.
the Phillies, the Blue Jays. In Game 7, say what you want. What happened there? Look, there's a case to be made that maybe this year the luck won't be on their side at the end.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here and
Go out on a limb.
Let's see if Tatis and Machado can get the Padres to the promised land this year. I'll call the Yankees.
Is that right?
Yankees Padres this year, and Yankees win.
How about that? Padres going off menu. That's as off menu as you can go with it. I will not be as I don't think I'm going to be as out on a limb as you are because the Padres is pretty far down the line. I would take the Mariners out of the AL. The Mariners will win the American League.
Ooh.
Sorry.
Ooh.
As I said to you, the Yankees have to prove it to me before I can go with it. And this is not me being a homer because Tommy's here, and I really do believe this. It's getting late early for the Phillies, and this group has to finally do it.
I love the Phillies. I just don't think they're going to do it. I think there's just
But now he won't like
too much
me.
wear and tear on that team.
Mariners over Phillies World Series. That's my preseason World Series. Go play the exacta wherever you want to go play it. Mariners over Phillies.
Look, and just an
World
inside thing
Series.
for the future. I will always pick the Yankees to win the World Series every year. Just how it goes. Never going to change. Never going to change.
Q asked Tommy, how much did he pay me to say that? Hey, I got him losing, Q. I got the Phillies losing in the World Series to the Mariners. So it's all right. You know, I've been banging on the Philly door every year. They got to finally kick it through for me.
Well, I think maybe the notable thing is here, neither of us have any confidence in the Mets.
I think the Mets will make the playoffs. There you go. You want confidence? 3 teams in the NL East will make the playoffs this year. The Phillies, the Mets, and the Marlins.
Can we
The Marlins will be the last wild card team. Tommy didn't like that one either. Yeah, the eye roll. Marlins, spunky Marlins. Be careful.
I don't know.
Cubs win the Central, Dodgers win the West.
Well, we will reconvene back here at the All-Star break.
Okay, see how the picks are.
We will reconvene after the trade deadline.
Yankees will win the AL East and lose to the Mariners in the ALCS.
Boo.
Sorry.
Boo.
Unless you could tell me something that, who tell me who they're, I know it's impossible to do this. Tell me who they're adding at the deadline to make me
They've got Garrett Cole. They'll be adding him. They don't even get to trade for that. And Rodon will be back.
Did you watch Tiger last night in the TGL? Did you see Tiger got back out there?
I didn't. My question to you, I'm glad you brought this up. How did he do, number one?
Awful.
Okay. All right. There's that.
Well, he only really hit like 8 shots because
there's no way he's going back to outdoor playing.
He could play at the Masters in 2 weeks.
He's thinking about that?
He wants to.
Does he have to qualify? Or?
No, when you win the Masters, you're in for life. You can
show up.
They still got some of these guys still. Freddie Couple's still running around there at 70. So no, you could play the Masters until you decide not to play.
Has
anymore.
He said anything?
He has been saying he's trying. He's trying. Now he did not play the entire TGL season until last night. Last night he went in again. He only hit 8 or 9 shots because they got their doors blown off by LA. So, but he missed a couple putts he probably should make. But
he's a little rusty.
He will play in the Masters because he loves playing. Now, can he actually
not getting any younger?
Now, can he actually walk the course for the entire 4 days? Probably not. It's I would never bet $1 on him for anything.
They want to let me use a card, huh?
No, you cannot use a card. No card. And let me just tell you something. He wouldn't accept it. So he would not accept it. He's got too much pride.
Hasn't he got enough money where 2 guys could carry him on the shoulders?
Yeah, he probably has that. Yeah. Although I don't know. I mean, he's. I don't know if he's got a divorce. He's got a couple kids. He's got plenty of money. Believe me, Tiger's doing just fine. He'll play in 2 weeks.
All right.
He will not play Saturday and Sunday because he'll either miss the cut or he'll back out. Because he can't walk 4 rounds on. He's the bionic man. He's had like 75 surgeries on his legs and back. He can't do it anymore. All right, before we go, I only got a few minutes left. The Islanders last night lost at home to the Blackhawks.
Something stinks.
Now, let me tell you.
Woo! Whoa.
I have been kind of sitting back watching everyone's hair on fire with the Islanders because everyone around them never loses. They're in, it's tightly packed. Columbus never loses. The Penguins never lose, although the Penguins lost last night. They got smashed by Colorado. But everyone has been upset. I have stayed out of it because when you look at the big picture of everything, this is an Aaron Boone line, it's all still right there for them. It's all still right there for them. There's 10 games left,
Just
whatever
say it
it
with
is
a
now.
French accent.
And
Patrick Waugh.
If they take care of their side, you don't have to worry about what everyone else is doing. You just win your games. But last night was annoying because when you have a team that came into your building at 26, 31, and 13, 67 points, which is good for third worst in the NHL. When that team comes into your barn with 11 games left in the regular season and you need every single point that you can get, that is an awful loss. Okay. I didn't have a problem with a couple of days. What was it? Montreal on Saturday night. That's a tough game to win. They come back, bounce back, beat Columbus on Sunday. You cannot lose to the Blackhawks at home under any circumstances. And to give up, to score in the first minute of the game and be down 3-1 after one, embarrassing. And I saw people, why'd you start Rittich? He's got to play some games. Okay, he's not gonna play Sorokin every game going down the believable, but
that's the team you put him in against, right?
Exactly. Rittich gets paid too. He was very good earlier this season. He can't beat the Blackhawks at home. I thought that was bad. Now, does that mean that the season's over, like many have proclaimed after last night?
It's almost over.
It's not.
They're almost over.
They're 2 points back of second in the division and having home ice in the first round. I mean, let's relax. Like they act like last night was the last, and I was very annoyed by that loss. It wasn't the last game of the regular season. Okay,
how many's left?
There's 10 games left.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so that means do the math, Paulie. How many points are on the table for them? 20 points are on the table in their last 10 games. Now, can they get 15 of them and get to 100? I'm not so sure. They got to play the Stars tomorrow night. Stars are obviously very good. They have the Penguins on Monday, and they play in Buffalo next week. Not easy.
I don't know.
The end is pretty good. They got 2 games left with the Hurricanes, which is
starting to burn your young kid. Trying to get him tired now. He's getting a lot of ice time.
Listen,
it might be affecting the bench.
I know it's
affecting the bench.
So
I know the stats are better when Schaefer's out on the ice. But
as we stand here today, they are on the outside looking in. Ottawa passed them. Well, they have the same amount of points, but Ottawa's played one less game. So they both have 85. Penguins have 86. Columbus has 87. Boston has 86. You have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams within 2 points of each other. It's tight.
I don't know, buddy.
But it's not over.
I mean, I've been on the confident all season long, but I don't know. Past week.
And you want
7 goals.
You want a barn burner tonight. Rangers and Leafs in Toronto. That's
Tankathon, baby.
That's as good as it gets this evening in the NHL.
It's draft pick game. Draft pick game.
I just
Lottery
think,
ball game.
Look, the one thing you do when you lose a game like last night is now you have to win a game that you didn't think you'd win, and that's
up the schedule. It's just
that's tomorrow night against Dallas.
Stupid.
You got to win that game now. You lose at home to the Blackhawks. You got to back. Now you're in a hole where you got to beat the Stars at home. So that's just the position that you put yourself in when you do something like that. That was so.
Bring up the Islanders schedule. I'll tell you right now.
That was so gutless last night. I just told you the schedule.
All 7 games. What, they got 7 games?
Home for the 10. Home for the Stars. Home for the Panthers. Home for the Penguins. Now you notice a lot of home. I think 8 of their last 10 are at home. Home Penguins at Buffalo. Home Flyers at Carolina. Home Leafs. Home Senators. Home Canadians. Home Hurricanes. You got 2 road games left. 8 out of 10 at home. In fact, I'll go even further. If they don't make it with 8 of their last 10 at home, it's an awful job by them. And this season, they're in a position, and this is what people get. They're in a position no one expected them to be in. People didn't think they'd be here, blah, 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 blah. Expectations change when you play as well as they did for the large portion of this season. When you have come this far, you now must get into the playoffs. 8 of your last 10 games at home, you have to make the playoffs. You have to.
I agree. If the Islanders don't make the playoffs this year, oof, that's just rotten. That ain't right.
I know this is coming from a Ranger. Now that'll be so
No,
bad
it's
if
the truth,
it's
man.
it's
I mean,
just,
it'll be the lost Schaefer season. It'll just be the bottom line is you got to make the playoffs. You got to get in, and with all those home games, and I don't care the good teams on that schedule, you got to beat them because if you're going to go deep in the playoffs, you got to know how to play these guys, and you're playing at home. And I think Palmieri might be coming back. You're generally healthy, but you're generally healthy as a team, right?
Well, they're healthy, yeah. They got no excuses. They have no excuses. They should make the playoffs with this schedule and where they are and what they have. They should make it. I don't want to hear it.
I don't know. He might have some bench problems, though, man. This kid Schaefer's getting a little too much ice time.
He should get more. Should be out there for 30 minutes a night.
Yeah, well.
This is it. He can rest. He can rest in June, July, and August. September. He can rest them.
Be very interesting to see how your head coach coaches these last games here, the decisions he makes, how he uses his bench. And I guess you got to ride Sorokin the rest of the way here.
Do they have any back-to-backs left? Let me look at that. Can they just play him the rest of the game?
Pressure's on, Long Island. I'm sorry. I thought your Islanders were a lock, but what I've seen the last week and a half.
I know you thought they were a lock, but nothing's a lock. Monday, Tuesday's a back-to-back next week. Friday, Saturday next week's a back-to-back. I mean, this
guy to one of these games.
This Riddick's going to have to win a game or two down the stretch. Can't play Sorokin in all these back-to-backs. He's going to have to play at some point.
Why not? He's riding Schaefer.
Now, the
Sorokin.
good thing the Islanders do have going, they have a good regulation win advantage over Columbus and Pittsburgh. So if they finish tied with those teams, they could step over them.
You're in trouble. He keeps burning Schaefer out like this.
He's not burning Schaefer out. I don't want to. He's going to be exhausted. Burn anybody out.
Use your bench. Spread out the minutes here.
No, I forgot about Detroit. They're only 1 point back of the Islanders too. So that's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams within 3 points of each other. The West is actually separating a little bit more. How about the Preds? You see the Preds are on fire?
I don't know where this is coming from.
Second wild card now. Preds won 5 in a row, and they're in the mix. They're in the playoffs right now.
Stevie Stamkos, baby, I guess. I don't know.
So is Utah and Nashville are the wild cards in the West.
I like
stinks.
that.
You know, after Colorado, Dallas, and Minnesota, the West stinks. Those three and the 3 of them on the same side of the draw because of how the playoffs work. On the same side of the draw.
I think we can pretty much nix the Oilers returning this year as far as with
they're finished.
Issues.
Finished is what they are. They got no shot. Did you watch any of the Knicks last night?
A little bit. They've been quietly just continuing to
121, 116 over the Pelicans.
Being all right.
For them. And they think they got the next couple days off.
Where are they as far as
they're still third in the East. They're
okay.
right behind the Pistons and the Celtics, right in back of them.
So they're hanging around.
They're tied with they've played 2 more games than the Celtics. They're technically tied with them.
Winning more than losing, which is good.
So there it is. So you excited for tomorrow? Mets, Pirates opening day.
Excited
and you
tonight.
get to talk about Judge hitting a homer tonight against the Giants.
I can't wait to watch that game tonight. Just can't wait. Full sounds.
So tomorrow, MLB live. I mean, Mets, Pirates will be going on here at Borrelli's. Who you got for all the Sweet 16 games Thursday and Friday?
Mm-hmm.
Talk about the Yankees win over the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
And anything else. And the Islanders will play the Stars tomorrow night. And recapping a Ranger-Toronto game tonight, which, I mean, anything can happen in that game. Anything can happen.
What a sorry state. It's just awful. Congrats to Mika getting his 1000th game the other night. That was nice. Nice touch there, opening them with the family. I think there was another milestone in the NHL that I'm forgetting about. I think Ovi just clipped Gretzky, right? So congrats to him.
That's it.
I think that's pretty much
That's it.
Right
We're back
now.
Tomorrow. Noon East. Go Sports Radio.
Hey,
Carver and
we'll
Cuthbert.
break down the Rangers-Leafs game in depth tomorrow.
Oh,
right?
I'm sure we will. Carver and Cuthbert. Go Sports Radio. Live from Borrelli's Taproom in Long Beach on the island. Enjoy Yankee opening night against the Giants.
Let's go, bro.
We'll be here tomorrow for Mets opening day
Woo!
against the Pirates. We'll see you tomorrow. Noon East.